This video is for our strength and conditioning crew. Rachel and I will be co-teaching this group. We need to get you up to speed on the app. If you are a returning member of Fit Club and you remember how to use the app, you don't need to watch this video. It's not going to be anything new. This is geared towards the people who are new to the app or people who maybe haven't used the app in a while and want a refresher. Once you've downloaded the app and you're connected to the team, you'll start to be able to see and preview upcoming sessions. If you're not that far, look at the video before this and get hooked up on the app. If that's still confusing, shoot me an email and I'm going to help you get connected because none of this is going to make sense. And if you have access to the app right now, you can use this video and follow along and pause the video and look at the app actually in real time as I go through this if you want. So go ahead and open up your app and you'll see at the bottom, bottom left, there is a little icon of a training calendar. You're going to click on that training calendar and you will see that you can toggle back and forth up at the top to the different dates. Now I'm going to go to the 29th on here and I can see that there is a session programmed in the app. And from here, I can preview it just by looking at it. I can read any coaching instructions that have been put in. I can see that we're going to be doing push-ups, back squats, and it looks like there's a circuit. We're going to be rowing 500 meters for time. Now let's say I want to look at these exercises a little bit closer. Maybe I don't know what a push-up is or what the back squat is. What I can do is actually just tap on the screen without starting the session and it'll show me what's going on. And I can scroll up and down and say, okay, I see the push-up and back squat. If I tap on the screen right there, it'll take me to a YouTube video and I will be able to watch a YouTube video of what we expect out of the push-up. I can close that out. I'll scroll down. I could see the back squat video if I wanted to. I know there's rowing in there, so I'm going to click next and see what that's about. And I'll see, okay, row 500 meters for time. There's no video, but sometimes there will be in here for things like this. And then if I hit next again, it says, oh, done training. Don't really want to do that. So I'm just going to go out of here and click that little icon at the top left, and it'll take me back to the main screen. I haven't started the session. I'm just looking at stuff at this point. Now, when I'm ready to start the session, so this could be on my own at my home if I can't make it, or with a group, I'm going to hit start session. And it's going to ask me a bunch of readiness questions. You're going to go through this every time you train. So it's going to start with how well you slept, what kind of mood you're in, what are your energy levels like, and stress level. And the next one is soreness. So here's all your readiness data. When you're done, you'll hit next, or this will automatically pop up. You'll see the coaching instructions again. You can click got it. Now, if you're working with a group, you can just put your phone down at this point because the coach is going to run you through a warm-up. If you're on your own, you can keep the phone open and then you can start warming up and getting ready. You will have the opportunity again to go through and preview everything. You can see at the top right, there is a timer going. This is just going to time you to see how long your session is. So I'm going to scroll back and forth. It's just like the workout that I previewed before. I can start with back squat or I can start with push-ups. It doesn't, because the instructions didn't say. Typically you start with the first exercise listed. And you can see I'm doing 10 reps of each. So I'm going to start with push-ups. I'm going to knock out my first set of 10 push-ups. And then when I'm done, I'm going to click that little green button. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to do my first set of back squats. I need to record the weight for back squats. So I put in 45 pounds and I click that little green circle. Now I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to knock out my second set of push-ups. But you can see there's a little note section at the bottom. This time I'm going to add some notes. Adding notes is great because the next time you do this exercise, the app is going to tell you what you lifted before, but it'll also populate any notes that you put in. So the more info you put into it, the better. Now I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to knock out my next set of back squats. I did 55 pounds. I hit the green button. I've got to finish up my push-ups. So I knock out my third set, and I'm going to add some notes to this because I had some elbow pain with the second set, but I want to keep logging that in so that I remember the next time maybe I need to make a modification. Maybe it's just show some progress because it feels different. This is the subjective stuff that you might want to know later on. I'll go do my last set of back squats. I went up in weight again, up to 65. I'll add a note to the back squat as well. Sometimes you're going to go a little light and you want to make a note the next time because you might not see this exercise again for another month or so to let you know what it felt like, as opposed to just looking at the numbers and what you lifted. Again, you will see once you repeat these exercises that it'll auto-populate and the app will remind you of the notes. So now I'm done with these 2 exercises, and I remember I have to do rowing, so I'm going to click next, and it's going to take me to the next screen. Here I'm going to row 500 meters for time. Presumably you would know what to do. We would probably add a video if you've never trained this before. Most of the time we do put in a video. I just didn't for this specific example. So maybe I've gone and I've done my rowing workout and I want to add in a note because rowing is new to me and I need instructions. So this is a reminder to me. My coaches aren't going to see this. The next time this pops up, I maybe should ask some questions about technique because I didn't really do that well. Now I want to input the time, so I'm going to click for time. And let's say it took me 5 minutes and 36 seconds, and I'm going to log that. Okay, so I've got my notes in, I've got my time in, I'm going to click next. Okay, so that was it. So now I'm going to click done training. I'm not quite finished yet. Now on this screen, you get to rank how hard the entire session was. So that'll include the warm up and everything. I'll put my finger on this little circle and I can use my finger to scroll. And as you scroll from 0 to 10, you'll get to select how hard the workout was, and you'll see below that it will auto-populate how long the workout took you. So for me, it only took 4 minutes. You can add session reflections at the bottom. You don't have to. It's kind of nice because you get to communicate with other people. You can communicate with me. So if you like the workout, if you hated the workout, this is kind of fun when people actually do interact on this because it's kind of like social media in a way where you can let other people know how it felt. I'm going to share this with the coach and the team just because I want to. I'm going to finish the session. It'll give me some data and then I'm done. I can close it out and I can move on to the next day. So that's how the app works. If you are, let's say you miss a session, it's a Wednesday, you don't show up, and then you're not going to train with the group on Thursday, but you want to get that Wednesday workout in on Thursday. What you can do is just go to the Wednesday workout, just like you would, just pretend it's Wednesday and tap on it. When you do that, it's going to ask you, do you want to move this in your calendar? I always just say yes, because the workout was programmed for Wednesday, but now it's Thursday, so it'll just shift it in your calendar and it'll pop up that way. You don't have to do that. I think it's handy because that's technically what you're doing. It'll make more sense when you see it. This app is really intuitive. The more you use it, the easier it gets. And I realize that there are a lot of people in Fit Club who are not techie. You're not good with apps. This is just an opportunity to get better. It's an opportunity to have a growth mindset and start to learn some of this stuff. This app is, like I said, very user friendly, and there are a lot of other functions in it that make training more fun and more effective. And since we're about 50-50 with returning members and new members, you are going to be able to connect with a lot of people who have been using this app for a year or two, and they will be able to help you as well. Actually, most of the people who use the app regularly and train on it are better at it than I am. I use it as for administrative functions mostly. So don't feel weird to ask fellow Fit Club members, especially people who have been through the program before. That should be everything you need to get started on the app. We will walk you through this as in person as many times as you need to, but I realize some of you may not be able to show up and train with the group every day. So I want you to have this as a reference to go back to. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're not up on the app, let me know and I will help you out with that. So I will see you guys at the gym.